Basics.
We are PTZOptics. My name is Tess.
And my name's Paul, and we're here to give you basic tips about how to use PTZOptics cameras.
Yes.
So today, since the camera's on me, I didn't mean to apologize, but the camera is on me. That means Mike wants me to talk. So today we're going to be talking about a brand new OBS plugin. OBS is Open Broadcaster Software. It's actually used by 80% of all live streamers. Isn't that crazy? Somebody told me like 40 million people use this program. And we said, you know what? I was talking to our lead engineer, Matthew Davis, and we were like, let's build a pan tilt zoom plugin for OBS. But let's not just make it any plugin. Let's do it over IP, and let's give it some great features. So that's what we've done. We're looking for beta testers. So this is the app. We're going to show it off. We're going to show you how to install it. And we are going to give you a link, ptzoptics.com/OBS, to become a beta tester and let us know what you think, because it's coming to PC right now, Mac very soon. And you can download it at the link below.
I will put that in the chat for you guys momentarily.
Thank you, Tess. We're also going to show you some of the cool new features with OBS. OBS 21.1 is the latest version of OBS. That's what you want to use. This is really cool new feature. We're going to show you how to make it look awesome, give it a really cool theme, show you the studio mode, and show you some of the cool new features like the new multi-view. But Tess, I think, is going to tell you a little bit about something else.
Yeah, a couple things I have lined up here for you today. Let's start off with our streamer spotlight for today. Nix that. Let's start off with... Okay, we're getting all jumbo mumboed here. Okay, so let's just go back to the Streaming Awards one, because that's not the one for today. I know. We've had a crazy heck of a time today, of course, with live streaming. Some things went wrong 5 minutes before the show, but we're going to make it happen either way, because that's what you do when you're live. Keep in mind, we are now accepting nominations for the 2018 Streaming Awards being held on Friday, June 1st. Head to streamingawards.com to nominate your favorite live streamers to win a multitude of streaming prizes. So go ahead and do that after the show today. Also, Friday.
We're now
accepting nominations. Wasn't expecting that one. Nice. Do you have the May the 4th one? All right, cool. Friday, we're going to have a special Star Wars edition of our show because it is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. So we're going to be celebrating that this Friday, so make sure you tune in for that show. Let's get things started here today with the OBS demo PTZ plugin review.
All this and more will be coming up next for you guys.
PTZOptics presents Back to the Basics Live. Every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. A high-definition broadcast on Facebook, focusing on camera line tutorials with our Chief Screening Officer, Paul Richards, and our social media manager, Tess Protesto. Back to the Basics Live. New videos every Wednesday.
All right, so we're back. So we're going to jump directly into our OBS plugin tutorial here. We've got it on our screen, and I want to show you guys exactly what to expect. At the end of this show, we're actually going to show you some brand new 30x test footage. I'm going to grab control of a 30x PTZOptics camera with OBS, and I've talked to so many churches and large venues who are using OBS because it's such a great live streaming, recording, video production program. So they're saving a ton of money on the software and then needing a large camera or a camera with optical zoom to do some really great things.
And it's also free. It's a great place to start when considering a professional production.
So Mike, let's show them this screen up close and personal. Tess has a telestrator, so she's going to follow along with me. Plus she has social media integration, so she's going to display your questions live.
We didn't set it up.
We didn't set that up. Okay, so that's not going to happen.
I'm still chatting with y'all.
Okay,
so
but does the telestrator work?
It should be on 4.
Check.
Yay! All right, so our telestrator's working. Next time we'll have the social media integration. So what are we looking at here? So we're looking at OBS. You may have never seen it this way because you might not have had studio mode on. Studio mode gives you a left hand and a right hand view. So you can actually put different things in your preview monitor. That's an NDI camera, which we'll show off in a moment. And we've got a 30x camera. So that way we can cue something up and transition to it. So, yep, Tess, you got it right there. So this one here is our 30x on the right. And then on the left is our NDI camera. And we're going to control both of them today. So the first thing I want to do is just show the layout of this product. So first of all, we've connected to the camera. We've typed in the IP address of our camera. And we've connected to it. And that by itself will give us basic pan, tilt, zoom controls. So we can go up, down, left, right. And one of the cool things is that we can change the pan speed. So let's say we just very quickly or slowly want to go left to right. We can go nice and slow. Or we can go all the way up to 24, here's 23. Very fast as well. So we've got a lot of different speeds there. And right now I have it on autofocus. So I've got my autofocus on. But if I wanted to, I can actually focus in and out to change the, so I can have that camera in the background come in focus instead of the one in the foreground, for example. So we've got all the autofocus and manual focus controls, as well as zooming in and out as well. So, and Mike, I'm seeing something odd on my output, but I'm assuming that's not going to the world on the output, right?
I think it's coming from me.
Oh, Tess, turn off layer 4 on the telestrator.
You got it.
All right, so just keep your eye on that.
No, I don't know.
If you hit the picture button, it takes a picture. So just
I'm really confused.
yeah, just that's good.
I
Keep
was
it on
trying
none.
because I can't see what you're doing, so I can't really telestrate on top of it
Gotcha.
because it was just a transparent.
I know it's
Yeah.
annoying. It doesn't work completely yet. So just let's not use it. All right. So the next thing is the presets. So down here on the presets, sorry, we're still learning how to use the telestrator, and it doesn't show a live video feed, so it's a little confusing. So down here on the presets, and by the way, as we're going through this, if anyone has feature requests, if anyone wants to see us do a specific thing, let us know, because we're here to show it off in detail, obviously.
Hey, Tess, can you try vMix Social? I set it up.
All right.
Nice. So vMix Social is working. So on the right-hand side here, we have the presets. And there's two different ways to set a preset. You can set presets and actually give it a name, and then you can recall presets that you've already done. So this one here, it should say Lego. It says Lido. This is our 30X, zooming in to
Nice,
the
that's
Legos
good.
there. So let's set another preset, because I feel like that's really a powerful portion of this. So instead of recalling, we're going to set. And I'll zoom out. And I'm going to choose a camera over on a tripod over there. There's a gray camera right there I'm going to zoom into. If I can get through this field of lights. There we go. Doo-doo. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this camera, or I'm going to call this gray cam. And I'm going to click 5. And see how that gives the name of 5 there? So if I click
Nice.
white cam, whoop, it goes to the white cam. I set that up earlier and uses autofocus. Then if I hit gray cam, whoop, it goes right over to gray cam. So that just gives you an idea
You could put a person's name there.
how it works and things like that. So you can put names in there. Yeah, you can set it all up. So that's just an
Question
idea.
coming in: when will a Linux version be available?
I think we could definitely make a Linux version. I didn't know that there would be a need for that. Is this a gentleman using Linux with OBS?
Let us know.
Please let us know.
Another question from James: have we done any testing with the OBS NDI plugin?
Yes,
We
and
have,
James, I'm
haven't
glad
we?
you said that, because I wanted to make that part of the demonstration today.
Cool.
So really quickly, I want to show you guys how we set up our OBS to look this cool. So first of all, one of the first things we did is we went into settings and we changed the theme from the default theme, which I really think is kind of, no
Generic.
offense, but just generic. So I really love this ranchy theme. It's very nice on the eyes.
It's more familiar to me.
So I like the ranchy theme, and then we turn on studio mode. So that gives us our studio mode. Now the next thing that we're going to do, by the way, this PTZOptics control panel, I should have shown this off earlier, is once installed, and we're going to show how to install it, it should be under Tools.
Perfect.
So once you've installed it, under Tools, you click PTZ Control plugin. Now, so there's two things I want to do. One is I do definitely want to show the NDI functionality, but before I do that, I also want to show really quickly how to install the OBS plugin. Okay, so when you get the OBS plugin, it's going to look something, let's see here, like this. And you're going to get a README file, which I'll open. Opens up on the wrong side of the page. Here we go. And it's going to say requirements. So we need Windows 10 64. We need OBS 21.1. This is very important. And then we just need to copy the files that we come in this plugin to C program files, OBS Studio, and the plugins, and the 64-bit. So
copy and paste that piece of text into your
not
program
the text,
files?
Not the text. These pieces of files right here.
Oh, copy the physical files.
So we take these files here, and I'm going to go ahead into my C drive to explain this. C drive, program files, OBS Studio, plugins, 64-bit. This is where we copy and paste it. This is for Windows. There will be a different installation instruction for Mac and for Linux if we get to there. Mac is 100% coming soon. If Linux becomes a big deal, if you can join our Facebook user group, PTZOptics.com/group/PTZOpticsPals, let us know so we can gauge how many people would like to see it in Linux.
Absolutely.
And if there's a lot of people that want it in Linux, we'll have it made in Linux for sure. So the next thing I wanted to show really quickly before we go over to a trivia. Oh, thank you, Mike. Yep, that's the link right there for groups, PTZ Optics Pals. Join the fam. We got a ton of beta testers over there. Can you save preset focus for each preset position? Let's do that.
You can.
Let's check that out. I'm not sure actually. I want to.
We're gonna find out.
Let's test it right now because that's something I'd love to know before we get into the NDI stuff. So here, so we've already got this preset right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now what we'll do, this is the white cam preset. What we'll do is we'll just change the focus, and this is going to seem crazy. Oh, we got to turn autofocus off. We're going to make it so that the camera in the back is in focus. So that would be like super in focus for that. But we're going to just do a couple clicks so that it's out of focus, but that one's in focus. Now we'll call this white cam 2, and we'll put it there. We'll go to recall mode, white cam. Doesn't seem to work. No.
Wait, press autofocus and then try it again.
Well, it wouldn't be autofocus. It would be manual focus.
Because it's on.
So that functionality does not work today, Jim. I'm glad you brought that up because that's something we could easily have. Currently, this is in beta, so we're letting you guys get your hands on it and play with it. That's something that's not included in it. It would be nice to have. It does have focus controls. So now I just have to talk to our developer about building in focus controls with the preset.
But if it's a different preset, doesn't that kind of change the focus?
Well, but the thing is, it doesn't change the pan, tilt, and zoom. So the pan, tilt, and zoom don't change. Just
that's
the
what they're
focus
looking
changes.
for. The pan, tilt, and zoom not change, just the focus. I understand now.
Okay, so thank you for that. If there's any great questions like that, we will jump in. We've got 20 minutes with you guys, and then we're going to jump over. Now, multi-camera support, John. Thank you for asking about that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, I've got two cameras in front of me. I have a 12X that I'm going to connect to via the NewTek NDI, and I've got the 30X here that we've been showing off today. So I'm going to connect to both of them, but what we're trying to figure out is what is the easiest way to allow users to control multiple cameras. Would it be that you have two windows next to each other, one for PTZ on each, or would it be a drop-down menu here where you can just switch between one or the other? So this dovetails nicely into the NDI demonstration, I feel like, because we've got a second camera here. So let me show you how I connected to it. So I've got a second NDI camera here, and I'm going to go ahead and grab control of it here. So what I need to do is just get rid of this camera. And I apologize that this is a little bit new to me. If I want to get, because this secondary camera control is not something that I've played around with too much, but this camera has a different IP address, .58. Camera's already connected. Okay, so, Tess, can you write down some notes? We need to add a disconnect button because there's no way on this plugin to disconnect from a camera and quickly connect to a new camera. That was actually, so there's two things here. One is they want, all right, we're taking notes because you guys are giving us great advice. We need Linux support. We need to be able to disconnect to a camera, and we need focus support for the presets. And guys, I apologize for, on the fly getting your advice, but this is in beta. We've given this out to a lot of people. It totally works. It works for one camera. And I think that a lot of people would love for it to work for, 2 to 4. So we're taking notes. We're trying to find from you guys, from our audience, what you guys want. So because of that, what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to close OBS and reopen it. And I believe that'll allow me to connect to a new camera. I believe that is my disconnect button, if you will. Okay, so here's my NDI camera over here, and I'm going to show you guys how that works and how we can connect to NDI cameras over the network as well. So I'm actually going to go ahead and delete this NDI camera. Oh, cam buttons. Ooh, write that down. Don, you're the man. That's perfect. That's, see, it's like, I don't know why I couldn't come up with that myself, but I just couldn't. There was so much other stuff going on. So 12x NDI camera is what we want to connect to. So you guys can see this. We hit cameras. Let me do this just really slowly so everyone can see this. Sources, NDI source. We've got another video on how to enable that. It's another plugin. 12x NDI. Now what we're going to do is we're going to choose, you can see we've got a lot of NDI cameras on the network. The one we want to connect to, I know, is already 192.168.1.58. And there she is. So if I go to Tools and I go to PTZOptics Camera Controller, and I go to 192.168.1.58, and I hit Connect, successfully connected. Now I'm controlling over NDI my second camera here. I'll transition to that. There we go. So that's my 30x. That is my, and you can see it. The pan speed, I've noticed, it's nice if that gets clicked up a good bit. And then we'll transition back to here and change the scene. So that's how it works. We need some new cam buttons, which I think that's a great way to do it. Just have cam buttons as opposed to multiple panes. And Mac support is coming very soon. Linux depends on how many people are interested. Now, what does this say, Ted?
When I turn on my camera, is it possible to automatically go onto a particular preset of its position?
Yes, there is, and that is a secret feature. On our YouTube channel, there is a playlist called Secret Feature of the Week. We did it a while back. I don't know if you remember, Tess, it was when you first started. And basically, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's preset 0. We could test that too. But preset 0 is the preset that the camera will go to as soon as it turns on.
Is control over NDI or just IP?
Just IP currently. And vMix was explaining why. Newtek's current implementation of the NDI PTZ is considered relative. It's not absolute. And we would like absolute to be able to call presets.
Petra says, can you not have 4 input fields below each other with CAM-X buttons before the IP addresses for faster selection?
Can you not have 4 input fields below each other?
I think she means hotkeys. Like but camera, ABC.
Before the IP addresses for faster selection. So yeah, that's what I think that's what you want, and that's what we're adding is we're gonna have 4. I'm gonna ask for 8. I'm gonna ask for 8 buttons. And each of the 8 buttons will be a camera associated with its IP address. And when you click camera 2, it disconnects from camera 1 or any other camera, reconnects to that camera, reloads all of the different presets. Because the other thing I just noticed is that all of these presets are like saved. They're not saved with the correct camera. So it's going to be some programming work to make that done, but it's going to make it so much better to do it that way. So yes, we're going to do that. I'm going to make it happen. Promise going to get that in there. It's going to get into the Windows and the Mac version. You know, when you guys have great ideas like that, we make sure it happens. And I love this ranchy look. It looks good. It feels good. So
thank you guys so much for tuning into this exciting new plugin that we're now offering. Please head to PTZOptics.com/OBS to get the beta version, because we want our users to have their hands on this, test it out, and continue giving us these awesome ideas. We are now switching to Twitch for some trivia and post-show fun. All right?
So quickly, while Mike's loading up that video, we're going to roll the credits and show you guys our switch to Twitch video. But essentially, we have answered all your questions. You guys have given us great advice, and we're going to our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/sgeeks. And the reason why is because we want to keep this on-demand content short and sweet for all those OBS users out there that want to get the lowdown on how to get this set up without having to go through all the trivia and the other stuff that we do on our show, plus extra post-show Q&A with you guys.
That means extra, extra.